There was this massive pile-up of riders. Wiggins was down, Farah was down, Boyson Hagen, who won yesterday, was down. Well, one man who's really been caught out too, we mentioned it earlier, is the Canadian rider Hejdahl, because he finished so well last year in 7th place overall. He's going to have to fight back now.
It's game on!
Tonight, it's been a crash-filled Tour de France so far. We break it down with Victoria's rider Hejdahl.
From Cumberland to Campbell River and Whistler, the BC bike race was a huge success.
And Andrew Harris makes his mark in the CFL. Get your popcorn ready. It's game on.
Game On is brought to you by Jenner Chevrolet Buick GMC. Here for you and in your community on the Old Island Highway.
Hello and welcome to Game On, the best thing to happen to Monday TV since Monday Night Raw.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm Paul the Hitman Haysom. That is Jeff. We have another jam-packed show for you tonight.
Oh, how do I top this? Oh, you know what? Let's put on our spandex because we have a lot of cycling to get to.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, you do. I was in Squamish and Whistler for the final 2 stages of the BC bike race. We'll get to that in a bit, but we'll start with a little race in France, Paul.
Yeah, thanks very much, Jeff. And Victoria's rider Hejdahl can't seem to catch a break at this year's Tour de France after getting caught in a crash on day 1. Ryder worked his way back up the standings only to be in another crash in stage 7. Ryder now sits 43rd overall after 9 stages and avoided any trouble today because it was a rest day. Now, this was the crash Ryder was caught in on stage 7. He actually flipped over his handlebars, broke his bike, and landed on his back. Scary stuff. He's still riding in pain, but it's not just Ryder. There's been lots of crashes in this tour so far. This one from yesterday when several riders flew off a cliff, forcing a bunch of guys to even pull out of the race. Yeah, ow. Look at the overall standings. France's Thomas Voeckler now the leader. Ryder's Garmin Cervelo teammate Thor Hushovd had the yellow for 7 days, but now sits in 24th. You can see Ryder in 43rd and over 9.5 minutes back. Now, I talked to Hejdahl on the phone this morning about his race so far and all the crashes.
Yeah, it's been hard. Sure, it's always hard, but certainly the crashes and that aspect, and caught up in one and crashed pretty hard on stage 7, so these last couple of days it's just been hard.
Where does your mindset go now that you had to suffer through those two crashes? Do you go to personal success? Do you focus on the team? How does it work?
Not really any different. I was always here to focus on the team's goals, and it just so happened that, one of those goals would possibly be me trying to improve that result, but we also have other guys capable of riding on the classification. I'm already more than pleased with this tour to have been a part of those things we've already accomplished, and that is personal success for me. You just got to keep going day by day and seeing how it goes. I mean, if anyone would have tried to predict what would be the situation by the first rest day, I don't think anyone would have been even close to what we're looking at right now. So that's the Tour de France. I guess that's why people tune in.
That's true. Well, best of luck to you on the rest of the tour from all of us here, and good luck with everything.
Yeah, all right, no problem. Thanks a lot.
Nice to see riders staying positive. It was tough to see those crashes. All right, well, as we were mentioning off the top of the show, you were back from the final 2 stages of the BC bike race. It sounds like it was a great time.
Understatement, yes. Andreas Hessler, all the volunteers, the participants just did an amazing job with this 7-day single-track race. The race started in Cumberland last Sunday, went through Campbell River on day 2, and then worked its way up through Whistler. And what a race it was. 500 riders from 23 different countries tackled this year's edition of the BC Bike Race. It started last weekend on Vancouver Island in Cumberland and then on to Campbell River and ended this past weekend in Whistler.
Year 5 of the BC Bike Race is in the bag. It's been a huge success, smooth operation. I feel really happy that as a team we've grown together to provide an exceptionally good experience for the 450 participants.
Now, the BC Bike Race is made up of all types of riders and ranges of biking levels. As far as the winners go, the overall champion was Kamloops' Chris Shepard, a pro who races for Rocky Mountain Bikes.
This would be my 3rd overall, so I was excited to keep it together at age 38, and Rocky Mountain's got a whole new bike line that we're out here promoting, and I was really happy with the way everything worked this trip.
The winner of the women's side was Victoria's own Tanya Berg. Berg is a former UVic Vikes soccer player who just discovered mountain biking a few years ago and was surprised to win her first ever BC Bike Race.
Pretty exciting. I didn't come here expecting to win. The competition was really hard. There's a girl, Claire from Belgium, and she was amazing, and she made it really hard.
Best stage, favorite stage? Did you have one, and why?
Campbell River because it was fast, and then Squamish because it was technical but really rewarding when you were done.
The race attracts people from different walks of life, including Pierre Harvey. The 54-year-old from Quebec was the first Canadian male athlete to compete in both the 1984 Summer Olympics in cycling and the 84 Winter Olympics in cross-country skiing, and Harvey loved the BC Bike Race.
It was a really nice week. First time I do the BC Bike Race, and we were lucky. We had good weather, perfect trail every day. Every day was better. It was always a nicer trail, and so it was really fun, and we enjoy it from the beginning to the end.
Canadian downhill skier and Olympian Manny Osborne-Paradis also took part in the 7-stage event. He enjoyed every minute of the bike riding and was blown away at how well the event has run.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so used to just showing up. There's a big event, everything's going on, and then you leave and somebody tears it down. But this is like, it's a moving event. And every day it looks the same in a new area, and it's unbelievable. I mean, this everything you see here has been set up in every spot.
Now, Campbell River was a new stage at this year's BC Bike Race, and to say it was well received would be an understatement.
They developed a mountain bike trail system that ended with this remarkable 7-kilometer descent that just had everyone had these huge grins after the race, and we were just able to sit around downtown, have views, people dipping into the ocean. I think the racers were really excited to visit there.
Oh, it was really amazing. On the bus, as you would ride into a new town, people would just stare out the windows in awe. Really? Yeah, so lucky. We're so lucky to live here.
This is an incredible journey, and you have to think about it not as a local, but from the perspective of a German or British or Australian. They are seeing the mountains, the water, whales, bears, the forests we take for granted, and the trails. So to come to the island, it's a holiday. It's a tourism destination, and it's beautiful.
The 5th annual BC Bike Race is in the books, another huge success. You can contact the BC Bike Race if you want to take part in next year's event and get a chance to tackle some of the best single track the world has to offer.
This portion of Game On brought to you by Sopranos Bar and Grill, where fans gather before and after the game.
Yeah, go to bcbikerace.com to check that out. All right, coming up, more on the bike race with a quick shift with Manuel Osborne-Paradis.
Yes, sir, and Andrew Harris makes his mark with the BC Lions. Don't you dare go anywhere. More Game On just around the corner. Welcome back to Game On. Lots of cool stuff to get to, including our Island Shoutout, our Plays of the Week, and a fantastic Friday night in the CFL for former VI Raider Andrew Harris.
Yeah, that's coming up. But first, we stay on our bike race theme. And one guy who's taking part in the BC Bike Race was Canadian Olympic skier Manny Osborne-Paradis. He's a legend on the slopes. He's been biking, or now he's trying his hand at biking, and I'm kerfuffled about it. You caught up with him for a quick shift.
Yes, I did. I'm here with Manny Osborne-Paradis for a quick shift.
Manuel Osborne-Paradis is a new breed of Canadian.
And first of all, Manny, first car.
What was my first car? Pontiac Firebird.
Yeah?
Blue.
Oh, really? That's a nice ride. Yeah. First pair of skis.
They were Disneyland Edition Fishers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Best experience at the Olympics?
Best experience was probably somewhere on Granville Street. I'm not going to say the name.
Oh, really? First pet?
First pet?
Yeah.
A cat. It was called Kitty Puss.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sounds very scary.
I was born by the time. It was my mom that named it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
2 tickets to any sporting event in the world. Where are you going?
Super Bowl.
Really? No question?
No question.
Nice. First girlfriend and her name?
You better get this right, I guess. Hey, I think her name was Charlie. It's Charlie or Katie.
Oh, that's fantastic. Movie about you. Who's playing Manny?
Charlie Sheen.
Really?
Well, I have no idea.
Yeah. Best experience of skiing here in Whistler?
I love Khyber's Pass on the backside. Anything going into Creekside is kind of my deal.
Yeah, nice. Best place to ski in the world?
Whitefish, Montana.
Oh, really?
Yeah, big mountain.
Yeah, I love it there. Favorite leg of the BC Bike Race?
Stage 2 in Campbell River.
Hey, the Campbell River folks are going to love that. This Quick Shift brought to you by
Manny Osborne Parody.
Great guy, fantastic guy. Well, there is no question the BC Bike Race was a huge success. I was honored to cover the final couple stages, and after everything was said and done in Whistler, I caught up with race director Andreas Hessler and this year's winner Chris Shepard for tonight's Sports Cage.
Game On's Sports Cage is brought to you by Country Grocer. You'll feel like family.
Yes, here at the final stage of the BC Bike Race, and here with this year's champion, Chris Shepard. And first of all, tell us about the final stage today. You said you were a little cautious.
Yeah, today we climbed up Blackcomb, had beautiful view of glaciers and mountains, and then we steered into the woods and came down a really long, rough, rocky descent, which is what Whistler's all about.
Yeah, how's the wind feel? It must feel pretty gratifying, and you got a new baby in the whole thing. It's got to be pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. My family came down over from Kamloops, and a lot of elation at the end of it, just to make it down those rock drops and to have not killed myself.
Yeah. Andreas, tell us just about the whole experience. It's been probably the best BC Bike Race of the 5 that you've put on.
Yeah, 5 years in, definitely the best, most polished product we've ever put on. Day 7 is a special day for everybody. We try to keep it a little shorter so it doesn't, it doesn't stress people out. Yeah. It's a little technical, it's a little bit dangerous, as all mountain biking always is, but shorter, they get to the end, there's a little bit of extra energy for the celebration afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I noticed you cracked the jar already, which I love to see. Tell me about your favorite stage of the 7.
Favorite stage well, there's so many, but the first day is always something special for me. It's stage races. I like to do the shock and awe technique, and I risk it all for half of the stage. So I gave it everything on that first day, and stayed away and got my lead, which I held on to the end.
Yeah, you said you were saying when the announcers were talking to you, you're 38 years old with a family. Maybe you don't take the risks you were taking years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. So once I try to build on a lead throughout the week where I can, and protect myself on the descents a little more as the race nears an end.
Nice. Just tell me overall about the volunteers and everything, because people see the guys out riding, but I mean it's a whole city you guys are moving around the province.
It's absolutely true. It's we have a ratio of almost 0.35, 0.4 per participant. So at 450 participants, we're running about 160 staff and volunteer. Wow. It's pretty impressive. And but you know what? It's like an army. Moves on its stomach. You got to feed them well, sleep them well, rest them. Yeah. We move them around, and everybody has a good time, including the staff and the volunteers.
Yeah, no doubt. Would you say it's the most competitive field that you've had to date, Andreas?
Absolutely. We were really pushing hard to get the Europeans over. We got Thomas Deitch and Marzio Dejo. We threw a little challenge at Chris. Knew he was up for it. We didn't know really what was going to happen. We wanted to see, open up a little can of. I don't know, wonder whoop-ass. Let's see what happens.
Euro whoop-ass.
Yeah. Euro whoop-ass.
And you know what? It all shook out. They had a great time. Chris had a great time. And we just, we're looking forward to next year.
Yeah, tell me about that, racing with the Europeans, here and what they said to you about the single track here in the province.
Yeah, just now they just both came up to me and congratulated me, which means a great deal. I mean, they're amazing athletes, right. And they just said, this is mountain biking. It's, I won the True Mountain Biker Award this trip, and that's special to me. I'll, if I don't do another bike race, I know that Thomas Deitch said that to me, and that means a lot.
Yeah. You back next year, or what's the future hold for you as far as the sport goes?
Yeah, well, I kind of want to hold on to the Golden Fleece, so we'll see what happens this winter.
Yeah. In closing, final thoughts on a successful BC Bike Race?
Even though you're talking to a true professional and a champion here, the BC Bike Race is also attainable for a lot of other people.
Right.
10% of the people are pros at the front, and it's great to get advice from guys like Chris who'll tell you how to train, how to rest, how to recover, and that's what we love about it. But 90% of the people out there are weekend warriors who love to ride their bikes, who are putting on a challenge. So the beauty is, together, for a week, you really get to hang out. Right. It's single track camp for adults. Yeah. It's biking for a week. It's a really good time. and everybody starts together and we all finish together, and it's a great. So the BC Bike Race really is for everybody. Some just go a little faster than others.
Yeah, a lot faster. I wanted to give some island love to Cumberland and to Campbell River. Maybe just explain the single track there in Campbell River. Maybe the first time you've ever ridden that area.
Yeah, absolutely. Campbell River. I mean, my goodness, what a rugged course,
Yeah.
and to have an opportunity for that community to open up and met some really great people that out there on the course cheering. I mean, in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
and to go through these green forested corridors, it was just wonderful. And you know, salmon capital of the world.
Yeah.
So hopefully next time, if we go back there, we'll get in some fishing.
Do some fishing as well. And Cumberland, always great. The Waverley, always great.
Always great, yeah. 2 days, and that stage, you know, you finish on the trails there, and there everyone's out, all the restaurants are open, and racers are sitting around having a good time and talking about the race, and that's what the BC Bike Race is, you know. As a professional, people come out, outreach to me and ask about training, how my day went, how they can tackle these different sections, and it's almost like an education for everyone that participates.
Right, yeah. And maybe just talk about Campbell River this year and, you know, welcoming you guys with open arms.
Oh, you know, it's a new community for us. It was a new stage. Having a relationship with a partner that really wants to be involved, it's a pleasure to work with them. They put on a spectacular stage. The course was awesome. The base camp venue on the beach was awesome. We were really happy to be in Campbell River, and we're looking forward to coming back next year. Cumberland, well, we've been with them for 5 years.
Yeah.
Long-term relationship, that's a staple.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Well, Chris, congratulations. Yep. Yeah, really appreciate you doing that. Andreas, another
much,
great job.
Island Standings are brought to you by Robbins Parking, proudly supporting local community and events.
Welcome back to Game On. We're going to move away from the biking world and start to talk some other sports, Jeff.
Yeah, the island, of course, just a great training ground for all kinds of athletes and all kinds of sports, and that was on full display on Friday night as the BC Lions hosted the Calgary Stampeders, Paulie.
That is right. Andrew Harris had so many great years for the Vancouver Island Raiders. As a running back and a receiver, Andrew could do it all. But when Harris made the jump to the BC Lions last year, he got stuck in special teams and didn't have much room to shine. Well, this year, Wally Buono was giving the 24-year-old some more opportunities, and on Friday night, Harris made the most of it.
1st and 10, and Lule has Andrew Harris touchdown.
Yeah, Harris with his first CFL touchdown on Friday night, and it sure was a beauty. How many times have we seen number 33 do that for the VI Raiders? Very cool to see him do it in the CFL. In fact, Harris was all over the field on Friday and was easily one of the Lions' best player. Now Andrew's former coach is Matt Snoop Blocker of the Raiders, and Snoop was at the game on Friday, and we caught up with the proud coach as he returned to Nanaimo on Saturday.
Well, it was awesome. We were right in the end zone, right where we scored it. So the play happened right from us, and you could tell the way the play developed that right from probably the second step, he was wide open. And actually, I think Lule wanted to get to him, get the ball to him a little bit early, but Andrew wasn't looking. But as soon as he turned around, ball was in his hands. And I don't jump very high anymore, but I think last night I might have had a pretty decent vertical.
Another one of the young Canadians hits pay dirt for BC.
I don't think it's going to be very long until Andrew Harris is an every down player, and we get to see him do the same things in pro as what we got to see him do in junior.
Meanwhile, the Vancouver Canucks held their development camp last week, and a familiar name was taking part. Victoria boy Justin Courtnall invited to camp this year. Justin, of course, the son of former Canucks star Jeff Courtnall, the 22-year-old, says it's nice to be part of the same organization his dad had so much success with.
Yeah, it's been great here. It's obviously a humbling experience to be here. Such a great organization, and they've treated us extremely well. And I've just been really fortunate to be here and experience all this NHL type stuff and really learning a lot. It's been a great experience, and you know, hopefully I could someday be able to fill his shoes. But right now I'm just trying to work my way up and make it the hard way.
Nice to see Justin trying to make his mark in the hockey world, and
Yep.
if he can blast a slap shot at all like Dad could,
Yeah.
he'll be fine.
Jeff can hit that top shelf. Very true. All right, time for this week's edition of Island Shoutout. A look at some athletes from all around our great island.
That's right. Let's start at your favorite hangout spot, Jeff, the skate park, where we find Kai ripping it up on his BMX.
Oh, yeah, and your favorite sport, Paul. You like to skateboard? They were
Yeah.
up there as well.
Sure.
Here's Keenan and Colton ripping it up at the park. The next, Tony Hawk, perhaps.
I'm impressed you know that. Over to Hollywood Park, where Beacon Hill is hosting the District 7 Little League Championships. Some very talented kids, Jeff.
Yeah, how about Nick Downer for Beacon Hill? Check this out. Crushes this home run. It's gone. Gets the love as he's rounding third base, and then check out the plate celebration. Everyone's ready as Nick drops the bomb.
Love it. Let's see it again. Super slow-mo. There it is. Good going.
Yeah.
All the boys at the tournament.
And remember, if you have any photos or video of something sports related, please send it to us.
Yeah, 2 ways you can do that. You can email us at gameon@checknews.ca. Give us a call, 480-3700.
All right, let's end the show on a high note, shall we? For a change, it is time for the best part of the night, our plays of the week.
Plays of the Week is brought to you by Spank It Sports, BC's largest selection of soccer, rugby, and football stuff.
All right, start with the Tour de France. Nasty spill, kids. This is what happens when you text and drive. Johnny Hoogerland gets knocked into a barbed wire fence. He'd be okay.
Ouch. Ryder Hejdahl still climbing his way up the standings. Go get him, Ryder. You watch him win a stage or two here.
Yeah, Victoria Highlanders playing their first of 4 games at Royal Athletic. Fantastic free kick. Jordy Hughes finishes it off. Highlanders win this game 4-0. Give the fans a little treat.
Nice. Victoria Shamrocks had a tough game on Friday, but Tyler Haas scores a dandy on the breakaway. Nice going to the Shamrocks.
All right, everyone loves hot dogs. These guys love them a little too much.
Yeah,
Coney
no
Island
doubt.
hot dog eating contest. Joey Chestnut.
Great name.
66 dogs in 10 minutes. That is disgusting.
Yeah, it is. I think he threw up after. Back to soccer. Victoria Highlanders women's team looking for their first win of the year. Looked like they had it, but in injury time, a fantastic strike ties the game. It ends in a draw.
That's right, Women's World Cup. Similar story. USA scored to tie the game with just seconds remaining. Went U.S. would go on to win in penalties. Brazil is done.
Stuck DJ here. Derek Jeter with quite an accomplishment this week. His 3,000th career hit.
Yeah.
First Yankee to hit the 3G note and does it in style with the home run. Nice going, DJ.
Attaboy Jeets. A nice going to Andrew Harris,
Oh,
who
yeah.
was a monster on Friday for the Lions. Had a great kick return and then sealed it up with a touchdown in the 4th quarter. We've seen Andrew do this so many times for the Raiders. Now he's doing it in the Bigs. Good going, Andrew.
All right, that just about does it for another edition of Game On, your sports show each and every Monday night.
That's right. Thank you very much for joining us every Monday night, 7, 10:30. You know we will be here.
Yes, we
It's
will.
Game On. Thanks for joining us.